I really enjoy having energizing conversations with friends in private where we open up and talk about our lives, what we're thinking about, the ideas we have, our successes, our failures, our fears. And I want to open up and surface some things that have been on my mind as it relates to, number one, my new dress code, and number two, my biggest vice. Someone asked me over the weekend, they said, on a scale of 1 to 7, how disciplined are you? And I said, I'm a 7. I am the most disciplined person I know. I wake up at 4:45 a.m. on the weekdays. I lift weights. I run. I do yoga 6 days a week. I make videos. I lead sales at the family business. There's a lot I'm doing, but I'm certainly not perfect. So I'm hoping some of you can relate to what I'm actually struggling with and what I'm dealing with behind the scenes. But first, I want to start with the new dress code. If you think I'm looking good, hit the thumbs up button now. That should hopefully be all of you. I used to wear t-shirts and shorts into the office every single day. I worked at a tech company. I was new in my career. If you wore something like this in the office, it honestly would be kind of weird. So I cared more about being comfortable than I did about my appearance. One of my goals heading into 2024 is to level up my dress. The business leaders I respect most, Brad Jacobs, Sam Zell, Steven Schwartzman, I've never seen them not wearing a full suit. They even wear ties, and they're business professional at all times. I'm 28, and do I want to be business professional at all times? No, but I take myself more serious, and I feel better about myself when I'm looking good. So I bought 6 of the exact same white button-down dress shirt with a different TD logo on it, with a different color on the sleeve. And this is my new dress code. This is what I'm wearing Monday through Friday. I put on the suit jacket just for you. I don't plan to wear that every day, but you will not see me in a video not wearing a white button-down because I'm trying to take myself more serious. And I think the dress code is just, you can extrapolate that out to a lot of different areas in life. Even when I'm working from home on the days when I have no meetings, it's all about showing up. And if I'm looking good, I'm feeling good. I was in yoga this morning, actually, and we do this pose called the Navasana, which is basically this lift your legs up. It's a core exercise. And I was suffering. I was thinking, man, this really sucks right now. But then the instructor, he said, hey, no matter what your goals are, this will help with them. Like this, doing this core exercise is not gonna not help with your goals. And I thought, you know what, that's actually true. So as I think about the dress attire, and as some of you think about your own life and your own goals through the paradigm of how I'm thinking about it, wearing nice clothes every single day will not help in your pursuit of achieving your goals, right? Maybe that's true, maybe that's not true, but for me, I think it makes a lot of sense. And as I think about my vices, so I have all these goals that I want to achieve, and I outlined at the beginning of the year my 2024 goals: grow D&D Wholesale, our family business in which I lead sales for, to $10 million revenue by end of year. We have a lot of work to do there. My next goal, $1 million of personal income. My next goal, 100,000 followers across YouTube and LinkedIn each. So subscribe now, follow now, however you may be listening, watching, viewing. I appreciate it. We're going to do it by end of year. My next goal is to build a relationship with my life partner. I need to find that lucky lady. So if you're watching right now, hi. And then my final goal is a six-pack and bicep veins. So those are my goals. Those are my objectives. So every day I am trying to align my actions to increase my likelihood of achieving those results. And I want to operate with a maniacal sense of urgency every single day. So imagine if I asked you, hey, do you think you could bike across the country right now? What would you say? You'd say, you know what? Maybe it would really suck, but I don't really want to do it. But what if I said, if you do not bike across the country in 30 days, you will die, or a loved one will die. All of a sudden, you've completely changed your paradigm. You're now thinking, okay, well, if my life depends on it, I have to do it. I have to make it work. Imagine if the girl of your dreams texted you and she never responds back to any of your messages. Imagine if she texted you and said, look, I have changed my mind. I want to date you, but only if you have a six-pack. But you're sitting down there, you're looking down, and you're like, oh, I don't have a six-pack. You would probably take it a lot more serious. Imagine if that business partner, if I reached out to you and said, hey, I want to work with you, but you got to have $50,000 cash right now ready to go. Would you do it? And you're looking at your bank account, you're like, oh, I don't have it. Think about what you want and where you're going and create this scenario in which I need to do it. You need to create this urgency. It's a matter of life or death. So as I think in terms of my goals, anything that prevents me from achieving my goals, it in a way is a threat. It's a problem. And as I evaluate my life and what is holding me back from my potential, I've always had to give something up in order to get to where I want to go. In high school, it was video games. I was addicted to video games. Got in college, I was still addicted to video games. Never got involved in student organizations. Never stretched myself because I was worried about being ranked online in NBA 2K. If I just put in that effort in my own life to working out and saying, you know what, I want to rank higher in the hierarchy in the gym, I would have been a lot more successful sooner in life. I get out of college in the real world, making a little bit of money, doing software sales, Dallas. All I'm worried about on the weekends, drinking, partying, gambling on sports. Not to a detriment. I was still very successful by most measures, but it's something that's a distraction. It's holding me back. Now I continue to advance and I'm pursuing entrepreneurial endeavors. What is holding me back? Distractions. TV, okay? That's one. I'm over the video games. I'm over the drinking. And the biggest thing now is I don't even have a TV, so I fixed that. But content is my vice. Follow me on this. And I've spoken with a lot of friends, and I think they resonate. Most people want to be successful. Most people want to live better futures. Most of you watching right now are probably near the top of your friend group in terms of motivation and drive and wanting to be successful. So you have a growth mindset. So reasonably, you're watching content that you think will help make you more successful. So you're watching content on YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, shorts, long form, whatever. You're watching this self-help, motivational, inspirational, educational content, but you're watching it through the paradigm of entertainment. Meaning you're listening to a Grant Cardone interview, feeling like you're doing something, feeling like something has been achieved. But in reality, it's just amplified leisure time. I've identified that is my biggest vice. I used to be way worse at it. I would probably spend 3 to 5 hours a day of consuming content from successful people that I want to be like, but I realized it's not actually helping me do anything more in life. So that is the point of this video, the life update. I want to do more in life. I want to live a bigger life. I want to live a successful life. I want to provide for those around me. So what do I need to do? I need to enhance my perception, my dress quality. So that's why I buy all these dress clothes. I'm going to start wearing a white dress shirt in every single video you see me in now. But I also need to give something up to get to where I want to go. And right now, the vice is content. The more you take in, the less you actually have. Because if you're taking in all of this stuff, you can't do very much with that stuff. But if you take in less, if you just read one great book and sit on it and reflect on it, what is that going to do? How is that information going to benefit you more or less than watching 10 podcasts in a row of modern wisdom with all these guru, podcaster, excellent marketing people? How is the solopreneur making $1 million a year that has no employees? How is their advice more true than Steve Schwartzman, the CEO founder of Blackstone, worth $37 billion? I am seeking out what is true. And in order to do that, I need to get quiet. I need to sit here in the quiet and listen to my heart. Follow me on this. It's almost like a conveyor belt of ideas and information coming at you at all times. And I would imagine most of you are struggling with this in a way because you're not actually listening to your heart and what you want and yourself, because you are being programmed and conditioned with all of these conflicting ideas. Two people that you both believe to be successful with great ideas can tell you two conflicting ideas. So on one hand, they're telling you buy a rental property, but the other guy says start a software company. And meanwhile, someone else is telling you about creating a social media marketing agency. It leads to confusion. It leads to indecision. It leads to lack of action. So I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, I need to cut it all out. I'm now 72 hours removed from watching a single YouTube video. I love YouTube. I love watching YouTube videos. I love posting YouTube videos. So now I'm a little bit more focused on, can I just post content and not consume it? But in order to post the content, I need to be on the YouTube platform. I do social media for a living. I don't have social media on my phone. And I'm not here to tell you my way of life is any better or worse than yours. I just want to encourage you to tune in to yourself. What is your heart telling you? What do you really feel intuitively that is right for you? I intellectually wanted to move to Florida. I was sitting there in Ohio. I was like, the weather sucks. Bezos is moving to Florida. Ken Griffin, the richest resident in Illinois, is moving to Florida. It's nice down there. But then my heart said, Trent, go to Austin, Texas. Go to Austin, Texas. For some reason, that's where your heart wants you to be. I now get to Austin, Texas. I go to a retreat with some people I know, with 50 people. We're doing breath work. We're doing yoga. And my heart says, Trent, stretching, moving your body, this feels right. It feels like you're in alignment with this divine spirit in a way. It just feels like you're living in harmony with nature. So I make a mental note. I need to do some yoga. I'm walking into my building. I run into a friend and he says, hey, I'm going to Black Swan Yoga tomorrow. Do you want to join me? That is a sign from the universe presenting me with an opportunity. And because I was tuned in, I was present, I was focused on my heart, I said, of course I want to go to Black Swan Yoga. So I go to yoga, have a good experience. I'm walking back in my building. And all of a sudden I see another guy with a yoga mat. And I say, where do you do yoga at? He says, I go to YTX. So I make a note of that. And I'm thinking, okay, I want to do yoga. I need to get a subscription. Let me sign up for YTX Yoga. Let me see what that's all about. I start going to YTX Yoga Studio. And then all of a sudden, I keep showing up and I meet people around me. I make friends. I find a community of people that I really resonate with. And they say, hey, Trent, we're doing this breathwork class over the weekend. You want to come? So now I'm going to the breathwork class. Now I'm doing cold plunges. Now I have friends that I can meet up with to talk about business and conquering the world. But I also have friends that perhaps value different things that aren't as focused on money, but are more focused on health, fitness, not drinking, but getting together and sweating and moving your body. And to me, that just, I feel alignment with that. And it makes me excited to think about and reflect upon. So that was the life update I wanted to share with you. As you think about your goals, are they clearly outlined? What is preventing you from achieving them? And what is that one thing? What is the one thing that you can either give up today? I haven't drank an alcohol for 150 days. That was another thing I had to give up. And there's some other things I've given up that I'm not going to share here today, maybe for another video. But what is one thing you can give up? Or what is one thing that you can start doing that may help take you to the next level? Improve your dress clothes, watch less content, take more action.